Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. This is also the YouTube channel vlog show of personality, positivity, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the host of the show, the perpetrator of the shenanigans from his big beefy man cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Shenanigans, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 296 of the show. We're 4 more episodes into the milestone of 300. And it's January the 14th, 2023, 4:01 p.m. It's Saturday afternoon as the Saturday day winds down. I'll tell you one thing, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. We're doing this thing, man. You know what I mean, man? Yeah. Anyways, really excited about, kind of really excited about this. This is really, really cool. As you know, I've been doing Impact. I'm doing wrestling event series. As you know, there's new thumbnails being put up right now as I speak. Because the thumbnails I put up before, they weren't as flashy as, they weren't as cool as I thought they would be. But then I thought about it. I'm like, holy crap! I got an idea. I found, when you find stuff on the internet via YouTube and all that you want to use for your photoshopping pictures for YouTube thumbnails, I was like, I found them. So, but I'm really excited to find something. So it's really, really cool. So if you checked out, if you checked out lately the pictures I put up, then you know why. All right, so we're going to talk about Impact Hard to Kill 2023 that happened last night on Friday the 13th. And on the countdown to Hard to Kill, X Division action was what's happening. Trey Miguel was defending the X Division title against Black Taurus, but he did retain the title due to nefarious means. It's like Trey Miguel's got a whole new attitude, whole new dimension as the X Division champion. So, it seems like Trey Miguel's going to do whatever it takes to retain the X Division title. But, however, in the other matchup, it's a 6-way X Division Championship division probably a number 1 contenders match. Kenny King cost Mike Bailey because Mike Bailey was one of the matchups, and Kushida did win that matchup. I forgot who was involved in that matchup, but I know Kushida was, Mike Bailey was, and there were 4 other competitors. I believe Mike Jackson, that's the oldest guy, the oldest dude ever. I forget, but in the end, Kushida didn't win that matchup. Oh, Yuya Mara, I believe, Delirious, I think he was in that matchup too. But like I said, in the end, Kushida did win the matchup. So the X Division is shaping up pretty good. As you know, this Thursday night Impact pit fight between Mike Bailey and Kenny King will be very interesting to see. Let's go with the Impact Hard to Kill. Now, there was everybody in the Impact roster lined up on the stage for a 10-bell salute to the late, great Don West, one of the Impact originals, the commentators, and died at the age of 59, I believe, a few days before the new year hit, before 2023 hit, when he died of lymphoma, his battle with lymphoma. And now, I watched this on a replay, on a wrestling stream, and if you hear very faintly, you hear Josh Matthews in the little faint voice in the background. Josh Matthews, he probably was talking to the cameraman that was airing the pay-per-view, possibly the earpiece on. It's like you talk about moment of silence, yet you hear Josh Matthews in the background. I was like, that's weird. It was a weird thing. A lot of people say that's pretty disrespectful of Josh Matthews to talk while there's a moment of silence. I have to agree with you guys there, but he is an executive producer of the show as well, and he's doing everything. So I think he's trying to guide the timekeeper for the 10-bell salute. So there's that. But then it was off to the Impact World Title on the line in a Full Metal Mayhem matchup, the Impact equivalent to TLC. Josh Alexander, the world champ, defending against Bully Ray. This matchup had all the craziness. Thumbtacks, cheese graters, you name it, they got it. Steel chairs, trash cans, tables, and obviously ladders. It got to the point where the good since the Good Hands made sure to come out to help out Bully Ray to make sure that Josh Alexander stays down. But then Tommy Dreamer, acting like he was back on Bully's side, meant to go hit, Josh Alexander while he was zip tied to the ropes, and Tommy Dreamer had a trash can ready to waffle Josh Alexander. Instead, he got his revenge on Bully Ray. Bully Ray speared him through a table, and he was knocked out there. And then as Bully Ray continuously beat on him, and you hear a woman scream in the background. Now, Tom Hennepin had pointed out that Josh Alexander's wife, Jen Alexander, formerly known as Jade Chung from Ring of Honor, who in real life they're married, and their two sons, Jet and Lucas, are stayed home due to for their safety. And basically that was not the case, though. When Jen Alexander was the one screaming, she's trying to get down to stop the match. Security's trying to stop her. She says, no, I need to be with my husband. I want to be. So, and she's in the ring begging Bully Ray to stop this. Bully Ray says, beg me. I want to see tears. I want you on your knees. Give me your wedding ring. I was like, that's going too far, dude. But then, all of a sudden, when she refused it, that's it. It's your funeral. And he's about to whack her and him with the trash can. And as he raised up, Jen Alexander, ding dong, hello. That's right, Nutshot City, low blow city, and Bully couldn't happen to a nicer guy in Bully Ray. I saw this last night and I was laughing because I saw it on Twitter, on the Twitter machine, as Bully Ray liked to call it. And I was laughing my you-know-what off. It was hilarious. That's what happened. And, so anyways. And that was hilarious. So that was hilarious. And it got to the point where, and then, she was not done. She grabs Bully Ray, sliced bread number 2. On the thumbtacks. And then what happened was, Bully Ray, Josh Alexander puts Bully Ray on the table, tries to get up, do a splash. All of a sudden, he kicked out of it, but then the ankle lock come in, Bully Ray tapped out. And the winner, and still Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander. Yes. Yeah. So anyways. So despite Jason Hotch and John Skyler the Good Hands trying to help out Bully Ray, nothing doing. Anyways, in the back, Mickie James is in her dressing room talking to Lisa Marie Varon, who we had the honor of interviewing on Rant and Rave back in October for Rantiversary 3, which was, let's say, what happened afterwards will never happen again. But we would love to have Marisa Marie Varon back on Rant and Rave for another interview session if we can. It was a total honor having her on the show. It was great. But that was the only highlight of Rantiversary 3. I assure you, I'm not going to talk about what else happened. That let's just say this: sabotage was involved, and I'll guarantee you, the sabotage will never happen again because no one's going to pee in the Cheerios of Rant and Rave. Anyways. Yeah, no one's gonna pee in the Cheerios like Rant and Rave ever again. All right, that's my catchphrase for 2023. Don't pee in my Cheerios. That means don't kill my buzz. Don't kill my fun. That's the meaning of it. Anyways, notwithstanding. And they were talking encouragement. She was talking encouragement to Mickie James. Remember, they are best friends. Also, they were fellow members, fellow colleagues of the God TV YouTube channel. Check out God TV. We haven't heard from the ladies in quite a while. I think they, because I think from God TV, because I think they were getting themselves prepared. Mickie was getting herself prepared for this matchup. It was, for the last rodeo. It was very, very important to her. So. And then Raven comes in. Now remember, Mickie James was truly an Impact original. Man, when TNA, she was part of a group, I think alongside CM Punk and Raven, they were known as The Gathering. And so Raven said some encouraging words to her. gave her a hug. It was beautiful to see. But Raven's night was not done. I'll explain along the way. So they had going back from that precious moment to more action. The Impact Tag Team titles were on the line, a 4-way elimination. You get eliminated, you go to the back. Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defending against the major players, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. Ace Austin and Chris Bay representing Bullet Club, and Rhino and Heath were the challengers. Rhino and Heath, first ones eliminated. Major players, they were next to be eliminated. And it was down to between the Motor City Machine Guns and Bullet Club's Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Heck of a matchup. Major players trying to get themselves involved in the matchup again, but then again, the Motor City Machine Guns did retain the tag team titles. And as we're celebrating in the back, Frankie Kazarian comes out. He congratulated both Sabin and Shelley, who were Impact Originals. So Frankie Kazarian heads to the ring. He addressed the Atlanta crowd and said, "Hey, I signed a long-term contract with Impact Wrestling." That means there's unfinished business in Impact Wrestling, which is a good thing. You know, he wasn't making waves in AEW. He decided, well, I'm coming back home where I belong. So congratulations to Frankie Kazarian on the contract with Impact Wrestling. Then the digital media title was on the line as Joe Hendry, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. From Paris to London to Tokyo. I probably don't know. I've got to learn. Anyway. Joe Hendry versus Moose for the Impact World title. And it was a great matchup until Moose decided to resort to a low blow and a spear to win the Impact Digital Media title. But now Gail Kim had mentioned that a new director of authority will be in place until Scott D'Amore gets back on his feet after what Billy Ray did to him. And so, to that end, Anthem has chosen, of all people, Santino Marella. I'm not kidding you. Santino Marella comes out, and they already got a T-shirt out for him. Like the Impact guys, they know, Impact Shop guys, they wasted no time. So Santino Marella came out, riding it. He's a rider in Impact. He's the new director of authority. You know, he's got the DOA jacket. He's got the badge. I'm like, oh, this is too funny. And what you did to Joe Hendry, that was not right. You cheated. He goes, you hit him in the scrotumus region. I'm like, that's even funnier than scrotus region. I was like, ha, ha, that was great. And he said, well, he couldn't change the referee's decision, but instead he decided to have the rematch restarted. So he did. The match restarted, and Joe Hendry got the title back. So, and I think Moose is not going to be very, very happy come Impact Fallout. So, and Kenny King did cut a promo on Mike Bailey. He said, I'm trying to get in your head, you know, but the fight pit, it's you and me in the fight pit. Then you got the Knockouts Fatal 4-Way number 1 contenders matchup. Deonna Purrazzo, the Virtuosa, former Knockouts champion, versus Masha Slamovich, who has probably the greatest winning record since coming to Impact until Jordan Grace beat her. Taylor Wilde, the Impact original, who came back, and Killer Kelly, one of the newest Impact Knockouts. And heck of a matchup, but Masha Slamovich did win in the end. So Masha Slamovich will face the winner of the Jordan Grace Mickie James Impact Knockouts title match for her next shot. And then Raven decided to join Tom Hennepin, formerly known as Tom Phillips, and Matt Raywell, formerly known as Aiden English, for the commentary on this next matchup, which is the Falls Count Anywhere in Atlanta between Rich Swann and Steve Macklin. Gene Miller was interviewing Rich Swann until Macklin jumped Swann. Security separated until the referee came out, rang the bell, and these two were beating the heck out of each other up the ramp, everywhere, you know, in the ring. It got to the point where Raven says, you know, because they were out almost into the streets, and Raven goes, hey, I hope somebody gets hit by a car. That will be awesome. Raven. This is Raven we're talking about. Raven, dude. Are you freaking serious? Raven. I hope somebody gets hit by a car. That would be totally awesome. Raven. Too dark. You know, Raven's got... I'll tell you what, he came a long way from being Johnny Polo, for God's sakes. This guy, for goodness sakes, I should say. Yeah, I'm like, what? At the same time, it's funny, but it's dark. I'm like, What are you doing, Raven? What are you thinking? That's Raven for you. And Raven says he's enjoyed people in pain. Wow, Raven must have... I know all those times in the ECW, boy. That's... Whew. That's a Tom Phelps probably looks at Raven and go, the heck? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Some of the stuff Raven said on Color Commentary is pretty hilarious if you think about it. But in the end, though, Steve Maclin did pick up the victory over the former Impact World Champion on a little ramp off the stage there, which is a false count anywhere in Atlanta. And Maclin should get Maclin and Josh Alexander, those two should go at it, man. Seriously. That'll be a heck of a matchup. Then the next matchup, Jonathan Gresham going one-on-one with fellow Massachusetts native, that's me, my fellow Massachusetts native, Eddie Edwards. His wife Alicia, I seen her fight at the Whale City Festival. I think I have a picture with her from back in the day when she was still wrestling for Yankee Pro, Top Rope Promotions, and she was known as Lexus back in the day. But anyways, Edwards did pick up the victory over Jonathan Gresham in a great matchup. But then the lights went out, and then thunder and lightning strikes, and the lights come back on, and there was PCO, and while he's talking, sand was spitting sand out of his mouth. Yeah, he was buried, and he attacked Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards is not very happy about that. He's going to have to deal with PCO once again. But then to talk about the main event, the Mattaponi drum and dancers were assisting in Mickie James' entrance. They were Native American drum and dancers who basically were doing some kind of blessing on Mickie James, and she was like kneeling down, face down, and all that, and getting in touch with her Native American heritage, which this is the first time she's ever done that throughout her career. And she headed to the ring against Jordan Grace, and Mickie James. This was a heck of a matchup. This matchup could have gone either way, but in the end, Mickie James did retain. Mickie James did end up winning the Knockouts Championship, and Tara celebrated in the ring with her family, her son Donovan, which, by the way, my personal opinion, Donovan is a cool name. Embrace the name, Donovan. Embrace the name. Because Donovan's a cool name. I have to admit, Donovan's the coolest name. If we ever got Mickie James on the net and rape, I'm going to tell her. You just named your kid. Your kid's going to be the coolest kid the coolest guy when he comes up. The name Donovan is the coolest name ever, bar none. Not lying. It was like if I had a son of my own, I would name him Donovan. Donovan's like freaking cool name. Freaking cool name. Anyways, so yeah, congratulations to Mickie James. Once again, the Impact Knockouts champions. The last rodeo, the last rodeo is over. The career continues on. But she's got somebody named Masa Slamovich she's going to run into. So, Mickie, best of luck with that. So that's the case. And that is all the time we have on the show, episode 296 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Coming next on the next episode, the second edition of Saturday Shenanigancade. Gonna go back and bust out once again the Super NES to play some Final Fight 2, but not just known in the Super Retron HD by Hyperkin, aka the bootleg Super NES. The cool thing about it is it can play games in your high-def TV with addition on an HDMI cable. And and it also can play Super Famicom games. We'll play the Super Famicom edition of Final Fight 2. That's right, we're going to have a little bit of fun. But first and foremost, gotta make like Garfield. Lasagna. You know the ironic part? No. Never mind. Lasagna. Lasagna. Okay. Anyways, so you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next episode. Don't let anybody pee in your Cheerios. And Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A sweet bowl for raving dingleberries, telepictures, and distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.